Philly Godfather from the PhillyGodfather.com, and welcome back to Follow the Action. Again, I want to thank the over 3,000 sports betting fanatics that watched the show last week. Running a little late, so let's get right down to business. We got Dave Mason from Bet Online. Let's go to game 105, 106 on your sports betting screen. Vegas travels to Kansas City. Vegas with a last-second loss last week to Washington. Kansas City covers a 9.5-point spread last week against the Broncos. But they only put up 22 points. Dave Mason from Bet Online. Right now I'm seeing a 9.5 at your shot, 48. Is there any sharp money on the side or a total? And how's the public betting this one?
Yeah, no sharp action yet. There's not a lot of overall action on this one yet. The action that has come in is 62% on the Raiders and about 71% is on the under.
Let's go to Philly Rooster. Rooster, you backing your favorite coach here, Andy Reid, against the Raiders? You laying that big number? It's a big number, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big number. It's at home. I would say probably against any of the other bad teams, I would like the dog here. But as you know, I've been saying now for 4 weeks since Gruden's been gone, this Raiders team has lost its spirit completely. They are a complete and total mess internally. There absolutely is no fire under their skin to try and win any games from here on out. I think the team is completely finished. On the other hand, I think the Chiefs are coming on a little bit. I mean, Mahomes still doesn't look the same, but this defense is a different defense than it was earlier in the year. They are making key stops. They're giving up some yards still, but they are making big stops when they need it. I lean Chiefs here. I didn't bet it yet. I'm going to see what the line does, but Chiefs minus 9.5 for me, if anything.
Well, that's a big number. Let me go to Batman. Batman, one team has a plus 44 point differential on the year. The other team a minus 38, but yet they're still laying 10 points at home. Only 2 games ahead, Kansas City here. Who do you like?
You know, if you look at the Kansas City defense, they've been playing significantly better. So the statistics are a little skewed, I think, towards their defense because they were so bad weeks 1 through 5 and 1 through 6. They are the number 2 defense in most categories the last couple of weeks here. The thing that I think that gets maybe KC a little bit better and straight is, you know, these guys have been playing, we talked about it every week, this cover 2 deep shell, right? Well, the Raiders don't do that very well. They're 24th in DVOA and especially in pass explosive plays down the field. You saw what the Raiders did to them earlier in the year. I don't see why it's any different. I definitely like Kansas City here in the game, minus 9.5. It's not a big bet, but it's definitely the right side in my opinion.
El Jefe, the Roosters on Kansas City here. Do you agree with him, El Jefe? We can't hear him. He's on and we can't hear him. Oh, my God. Put your volume up, Sheep. You're on. Let me go to 8 Ball. 8 Ball. You agree with Rooster here? You lay that big number. The Raiders still have a better yards per play metric, but yet Kansas City's coming on strong, like Rooster and Batman said.
I haven't touched the game yet, but I lean the dog here. I mean, it's a division game. The Raiders always seem to play the Chiefs well, and even though the Raiders have had their problems, they played Washington tight last week. They played Cincy tight the week before. I think 10 points is a lot to lay here, especially if it's a colder weather game where I think they're going to feed Josh Jacobs and keep Mahomes off the field. So I think getting 10 is the right side, but I haven't taken anyone in this game.
Maddie from the College Kids, who do you like here? You like the side or the total?
I didn't take anything, but I think the Raiders plus 10, is a good number if you're looking for the Raiders. Chiefs team has been performing well lately. As Rooster said, it's starting to get along going. The defense starting to play better. But, I mean, the Raiders still playing tough. They played a Washington team tough that has been one of the hottest teams in the NFL. So I do think plus 10 is a good number to get. I haven't betted that yet.
All right, let's go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Game 108 on your screen. The Saints travel to play the Jets. Line opened up 6.5. I'm seeing it down to as low as 5 at some shops. At Bet Online, it's 5.5. Total set kind of low. I think 2.5. Dave Mason, is there any sharp on the side or a total? How do you like this?
Some sharp on the Jets at plus 6 better. About 65% of the early actions on the Saints, 69% on the under. This game's getting the least amount of action out of any on the board so far, so there's not a lot of volume yet. So take those numbers with a grain of salt.
I would expect some teaser action coming in on the Saints here, right?
Yeah, that'll a popular tease without a doubt. Whenever you get in that 6-point range, 6 to 8 points, 8.5 points, everybody's teasing that down through 2 key numbers.
All right, good. Let me go to Rooster. Rooster, Saints outside shot is still making the playoffs. Maybe they got to put some wins together. Do they cover this number on the road here?
Yeah, I like the Jets here. The Jets are a better team than even their statistics show, and they really play hard for this guy. They're going to be at home. I think the Saints. I don't think they have any shot at making the playoffs. The Saints. I think Peyton knows that. They have major quarterback issues, major inconsistency issues. Their defense has been inconsistent. I think it's going to be a close game. I could see the Saints winning this game in the fourth quarter by a field goal, but anything over a field goal, I'm taking the Jets here. And if I can get close to a touchdown, it'll be a bigger bet for me.
Let me go to 8 ball. 8 ball line opened up 6.5. It's down to as low as 5 in some shops. Do you agree with the market, the way that line is moving? And do you think the Jets have a chance to cover the spread or maybe possibly win the game outright?
I like the Jets +6 here, but what I really love in this game is the under 43. I think both of these offenses are weak right now. They're dealing with injuries on the Saints side. I think Mark Ingram's out this week. And on the Jets side, Zach Wilson hasn't been able to move the ball. I think they had 0 points against the Eagles in the second half last week. So you're looking at two really bad offenses here. I think the defenses control this game, and the game goes under to 43.
Matty, college kids, who do you like here?
Yeah, I agree with 8 ball. I like Jets and I like the under. I think everything he said about the under is, good. And I do like the Jets. I mean, we look at the Saints. They've been struggling without their tackles. I know Ramsey has been out. Armstead, he's limited in practice again. If he doesn't play again, then this team's going to have trouble, especially with Taysom Hill back there. I like the Jets.
Before I go to Batman, Sheep's trying to fix his camera. It's facing the ceiling. He can't get his volume right. Batman, who do you like in this matchup between the Saints and the Jets?
I think I got to know if both the tackles are playing for the Saints first. If those tackles don't play, I think the Jets is a great bet. The Jets are absolutely terrible against the run. Alvin Kamara is practicing quite a bit this week. These guys, and the coaching discrepancy here in this game is significant. If the tackles both play for the Saints, I will be on the Saints. If they do not, then I will probably have some Jets and under in this game.
Yeah, I kind of like the Jets a little bit too. I agree with you, Batman. If those tackles play, it becomes a different ball game. Let me go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Dave, San Francisco traveled to Cincinnati. Originally, the Bengals were favorites. Now it's flip-flop. Line I see at Bet Online is now set -1.5. Total set at 48.5. Is there any sharp money on the side or a total? How's the public bets?
Some sharp on the Niners, -1. So 61% of the early actions on the Niners as well, 76% on the over.
Let me go to Rooster. Rooster, do you agree with that early line movement? I know Burrow's pinky's banged up. The Bengals had a couple tough games back to back, and now they got to face a San Francisco team that's really healthy, even though they lost last week. Like San Francisco here?
Yeah, this game was interesting to me. I thought the line was closer to being right at opening, and then a lot of sharp money came on the 49ers. I respect sharp money. I don't see it. I'm not going to bet it. But gun to my head, I like Cincinnati here at home. The home dogs at this time of year are generally very strong. It's been a little bit of a goofy year with home field advantage, but it is coming back now. But I'm not going to touch it when I see sharp money like that. But on this game, I like the under. Total's 49 now. 47 was the key number. That's what it opened. Moved up 2 points. I'm going to be looking to go under 50 on this game if I can.
Let me go to 8 ball. 8 ball. Who do you like in this matchup? San Francisco's starting to get really healthy here. And like I said, the most important guy on the field for the Bengals a little banged up.
I think the Niners are a better team right now. I think last week, they gave the game away. There were certain calls that weren't called. But I do think they get to Burrow, and I think that Pinky's going to bother him throwing the football. I like the road team here, lane 1.
Let me go to Batman. Batman, who do you like in this matchup?
I bet San Francisco at +2, at +1, at a pick. I bet him at -1 and -1.5.
keep
I bet
betting.
him 5 ways.
Just keep. Why'd you stop? Just keep firing.
Well, I did it last week on Miami, and then everybody's like, "Oh, the line was different when you got it." Like, my God, it's Thursday. It's Thursday at 7:15. You know what I mean? Like, what else can I do? I don't want to ruin the show. I like the Niners here, and here's why. Joe, being close here, Burrow, it's not the pinky that worries me. It is his surgically repaired knee. It is not. Look at his movement last game. It is a real problem for him. Joe Mixon may not play in this game. Their one center and their one tackle definitely are injured and may not play in this game. Their Mike linebacker is probably not going to play in this game. They are really, really, really hurt. And San Francisco's upset. They're mad. It's the perfect matchup last week where Russell Wilson 17-4 in his lifetime against the Niners, even though it was the right spot and we all liked the Niners last week. Give me San Francisco in this game. DVOA rating, they're so much higher metrically across the board in every category. They are better than the Cincinnati Bengals. I love the Niners, and I love them all the way up to 2.
Matty from the College Kids. At the beginning of the year, Vegas had both teams' regular season win total. San Fran was at 10 wins. Cincinnati was set at 6. Obviously, Cincinnati's a little bit better than what the odds makers thought. But right now, going into this game, I think San Francisco's the healthier team. And they looked kind of bad after week 2. They got banged up with a bunch of injuries. I think they went 1-4, and now they're starting to put some wins together again. Who do you like in this matchup?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I said the Bengals were going to be a really good team, best Bengals team we've seen in a while. But this week, I'm all over San Fran. I took them early, just like Batman. Reeves hurt, offensive tackle, Hopkins, center, 3 linebackers are hurt for the Bengals. They're really banged up. San Fran, despite losing last week, I think they've been starting to get rolling a little bit. And Joe Burrow, as Batman said, it's not just his pinky, it's also his knee. If you look at the injury report, it says finger slashed knee. I think that knee's giving him a problem. I love San Fran here.
Yeah, Sheep, is that your dogs back there?
No, I put them to rest. Like
What-
Roosters
what-
gambling, like Roosters picks. I put them to rest too.
Wait, who is this? I don't recognize the voice.
Well, I recognize your face, Andy.
Yeah.
Wait, you said he looks a little bit smaller.
I had to put my glasses on. I thought he lost weight at first. I'm like, is that him? He looks smaller. Then I put my glasses on. Oh no, he didn't. He's
No, wait. Where's the
Andy
picture?
Reid 101.
We had the picture and no volume, but now we have volume and no picture. Bro, plug it in the right one in the back of your computer,
Now,
bro.
Batman, don't get him started. We might lose him completely. We got his voice. That's all we need. We don't need nothing. Yeah, Sheep, who do you like here? You like San Fran or you like Cincinnati?
I do agree with Batman on this game, and I would only bet San Fran.
All right, let's go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Next game on the board, Jacksonville travels to Tennessee. Game opened up 10. It's down to 8.5 in some spots. At Bet Online, I'm seeing an 8.5 minus 05. Total set at 43.5. Which way is the sharp money move at this point?
We haven't seen too much sharp yet. As far as public's concerned, 54% on Titans, 70% on the under.
All right, let me go to 8-Ball first here. 8-Ball, I know you like a team in this matchup, and you like them pretty big. Who do you like here?
Love the Jaguars. When it opened, there were a couple 11s out there. We took the 11. Still love them at 8.5. I think they have a chance to win this game outright.
Rooster, you think the Jags can pull up an upset here with as a big money line dog here?
I mean, I do like the dog at plus 10. It's down to 8.5 and 9 now. It's going to be a tough task for them to beat this team. I mean, Trevor Lawrence just is not progressing like I thought he was going to. Now, he's got no offensive line, and he's got no offensive playmakers, so you have to kind of understand that. But the defense doesn't seem to be gelling like it was early in the year. I don't see how the Jags can pull off a win here, but double digits against a Titans team that's still trying to figure out who they are without Derrick Henry, I'll take the 10 here.
Let me go to Batman. Batman, the Tennessee gets Julio Jones back, but the Jags get Shaq back on their defense. And their corners are playing much better than they did at the beginning of the season. Tennessee really hasn't been the same team, even though it's very difficult to win down there in Nashville. You like the Jags to stay within the number?
Yeah, early on, the moniker is what? Get the early number, and A-Ball got a great early number at 11, I think it was, 11 and a half, 10 and a half, 10. I mean, those are great numbers. I mean, at those numbers, I like the Jags. At the current number, I don't have a play. I just don't like the dead number of 8.5 or 9 here. My only thing is that these wide receivers cannot get open in Jacksonville. I can't believe it because I actually think they have some semi-quality receivers, and I think that that's part of the whole problem with Trevor Lawrence. And so I'm going to watch this game, cheer in the 8 at +11 because I think that's a great number.
Sheep, you got an opinion on this one?
I can't bet Jacksonville. I think, listen, their best bet right here were just send it home, lose by 28 every game, and try to get guaranteed to get the number 1 pick.
They're
And
so
Tennessee,
bad.
I think Tennessee needs this game really bad. So I hopefully the game goes to 8. Maybe somebody convinced me like 7 minus 30, and I'm all over Tennessee. I'll lay 7.5 or 8 in this game. Absolutely.
All right,
I watched that Jacksonville game last week. No way.
Let me go to Matt from the college kids. Tannehill really hasn't been that great this year. He's only got 1 more touchdown than interception thrown. Their defense, pretty bad pass defense, one of the worst pass defenses in football. You think Trevor Lawrence has a big day here, and you think can they stay within the number?
I think they can. I took it early, just like 8 at 10.5, 11. This Tennessee team, has not been the same. I mean, their strength was Derrick Henry and the ability to run the ball and run it and just keep on running it. Now you take that ability away, that team is not the same team. You look at all these other numbers, they're just not the same team. They're not that great at doing other things. They were a running team. You take that away, their strength is now obsolete. I think this Jaguars team has a shot to win, and I think they have a shot. I took some money line, and I still like it at 8.5.
All right, let's go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Next game on the board, big division game. Baltimore travels to Cleveland. Game opened up. I think Baltimore won. Now it's Cleveland -3 at Bet Online. Total to me seems a little short at 43. Mason, chart on the side or a total, and how's the public betting this side?
We took some sharp action on the Browns, -1 or better. Public 57% on the Ravens, 64% on the under.
Let me go to Rooster first. Are you a Lamar Jackson fan this week, or do you like your fraud Baker Mayfield?
Love Baker Mayfield this week. Laying 2.5 at home against the Ravens team that's become completely one-dimensional. They have some injury issues. He tries to do way too much. The guy's throwing some really, really bad interceptions and bad non-interceptions, which I can't believe this other team is not catching his passes. He's throwing it right to them. There was like 9 missed interceptions in the last 3 games when I went back and watched the games. It's insane. He should have way more turnovers than he has. He's making horrible decisions. He can't run defense. He can't read any defenses. This is a perfect spot for Cleveland. They know they need a big win to get them back on track here. I like Cleveland a lot here. It's my second biggest bet of the week.
Rooster, if Cleveland wins this game, they're right back in contention to win that division. You think there's some value maybe to bet them to win the division, or maybe go a little deeper in the playoffs because they're starting to get real healthy. You think there's some value in it now?
Yeah, I think there is. I mean, there's a couple teams at the top. We all know who they are, but I'm not convinced on anybody. I'm not convinced on Tampa Bay. I'm not convinced on the Chiefs. They're the 2 favorites. I think anybody could sneak in here if they do what the Giants did that year against the Patriots, where they just get hot going into the playoffs. The Giants, I think they were 7-9, and then they got super hot. Then they won out. They got into the playoffs hot and healthy and make a run. There's a few teams that could do that this year, and I definitely put Cleveland on that list.
He's really wide open. Sheep, who do you like? Who do you like in this matchup? You like the Browns or you like the Ravens? Sheep?
I lean also to the Browns, but I don't think they're going anywhere in the AFC. I think Mayfield's too banged up right now. His body is beat to shit this year, and let's face it, the best team in the AFC is the New England Patriots, and they will be in the Super Bowl. Now it's whether they're going to be playing Brady or they're going to be playing Aaron Rodgers.
Batman. That's a hell of a statement by Sheik. Patriots in the Super Bowl. Who do you like in this matchup? And who do you like to make it in the Super Bowl in the AFC?
This will be a historic season if New England makes it, right? And the simple fact and reason is no rookie quarterback, pure rookie, has ever started in the Super Bowl. It's never happened in the NFL history. And, New England's got the best coach. They've got great players. We talked about the $184 million they spent, in the offseason, this season, last season to put those players together. And Belichick's done a great job. They played a great game last week metrically. Buffalo had 9 chances inside of the 10-yard line in the fourth quarter into the win to win that game. 9 chances, and they couldn't get it done. So kudos to Belichick for playing that great, red zone defense to win the game. It was awesome. If the only thing keeping me from making this my biggest bet of the week is Baker Mayfield's history against the Baltimore Ravens. He's 2-7. There's no secret to that. And the reason is because John Harbaugh is a great scheme coach. He knows how to get Baker frustrated in that game. The last game they played, 2 weeks ago? How many turnovers did Cleveland get? 4? Is that what it was? 4 or 5, I think?
Yeah, 4 turnovers.
And they still couldn't win the game. And that's the only thing that gives me pause is when you get 4 turnovers and you can't win the game and you don't even cover the spread, that's a problem. I really like the spot here for Cleveland. I think it's the right spot for them. I think that if they can find a way to win this game with their schedule, you have to have them as a bet in the AFC to potentially not only win the division, but at least get a little bit deeper in the playoffs because they do have a defensive line and a great run game.
All right, everyone's talking about the Patriots and how good they are, but one guy on the show actually gave them out at the beginning of the year to win the AFC, to win the division, to make the playoffs, to go over 9 wins, and to win the Super Bowl, and that's the 8 ball. 8 ball, how are you feeling about your future, and who do you like in this Cleveland Browns game with Baltimore?
Loving the Patriots every week. They get it done. Everyone's playing good in the team, the defense, the offense, the running game, the coach. All the stars are aligning right now, so it looks really good right now.
All right.
As far as
the I'm
Browns game, I think it's a perfect spot, perfect scenario for the Browns. Coming off a bye week. They played the Ravens 2 weeks ago. They actually outplayed them. Ravens still got it done somehow. They kept the Ravens to 16 points in that game. Right now, the Browns are a much healthier team. Ravens are coming off a tough game against the Steelers, physical division game. I think the Browns, this is their Super Bowl. They have to win this game to get back in the division race, try to make a playoff run. I think this is a perfect spot to take them.
Yeah, I like Cleveland here too. Maddie from the College Kids, who do you like in this matchup?
Browns big. Ravens, they had a tough game last week. Last time these teams versed, the Browns should have beat this team, man. They should have beat them twice over. Now they're a little rested after the bye. They come back. They're home. Browns big.
All right, let me go to back down to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Next game on the board, Atlanta travels to Carolina. I don't expect much of a handle here. How are they betting this game?
Atlanta. About 71% is on Atlanta, and under 72% is on the under. Yeah, and you're right. Not a whole hell of a lot of action yet.
Any sharp money on the side?
No, we haven't seen much.
Let me go to Rooster first. Rooster, it's going to be a top-heavy, top-tilted team. Atlanta's going to be top-tilted here with a bunch of public money. What do you like here?
This total moved a lot. It went way down. I guess everybody expects no scoring in this game, but this is a nothing game for me. I think it's 2 trash teams. Gun to my head, I like Atlanta a little bit, I guess, just because I got more faith in their quarterback. But I'm starting to like the over here a little bit. I don't have confidence in either defense. If I can go over 41 here, this game keeps creeping down, I'm going to have a position on the over.
Let me go to Sheep. Sheep, you like anybody here?
No opinion on the game.
No opinion. 2 bad teams, huh? You're not messing
teams.
with it?
I'm not just going to throw some money away.
Yeah, I got you. All right, let me go back to Batman here. Batman, you got an opinion on the side or a total?
The dominant position in this game is the Carolina defensive line, right? The Carolina defensive line is the metric to this game. This is Carolina's game to win. I just don't like Cam Newton, man. I just don't like anything that he's bringing to the table as far as throwing the football. If I felt like he could kind of throw the football and manage the game a little bit, and they had Christian McCaffrey, I'd be all over him in this spot. Earlier in the year, Carolina took it to him without CMC, and you saw kind of the dominance of the offensive and defensive line. I really don't think that's changed here. And if the public stays high, it may be a little small play on Carolina, anything minus the 3 if I do anything.
I got you. Maddie from the College Kids. You like anybody in this matchup?
Lean Atlanta. Total is getting low, like Rooster said. I may have to take the over if it keeps on going lower. But I do lean Atlanta. I have no faith in Cam Newton, especially with 2 offensive linemen hurt. It's might be a tough day for him. We'll see. But I lean Atlanta right now.
All right, let's go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Next game on the board, big NFC East game here. Dallas in Washington. Game opened up 5 and went down to 4. It's shooting back up a little bit. I'm seeing a 4.5 at Bet Online. Total set at 48. Is there any sharp money on the side or a total? And how's the public bet this one?
Nothing too sharp. This one's getting a lot of early action. This will be one of the bigger games on the board on Sunday. 62% on the Cowboys, 73% on the under.
Rooster, you think this is going to be a shootout? You like Dallas here? Who do you like?
Here we go. This is my biggest bet of the week. I've been waiting for this game. The Cowboys are going to smoke this team. JBL, every time he goes to the Dallas airport, he sends me something from that stupid, the Dallas Cowboys shop, and I'm gonna be wearing it all this Sunday.
He's coming to Philly.
I've never seen a team.
He's coming to Philly, right?
I've never seen a team like Washington this week where they're getting all the love from all the sports shows. Everybody all of a sudden loved Washington against Dallas. Dallas is so much the better team here. They have so many offensive weapons. It's amazing. Their defense is playing good. Dak's consistent. He knows this is a big game because they win this game and they're basically on easy street for the division. Outside chance the Eagles making a little bit of noise, but I don't think that's going to happen. This is a big game for Dallas. The game creeped down. If I can lay 4 on this game, it's my biggest bet of the week.
I mean, I think Dallas is a lot better than Washington, but how do you explain Dallas losing to Tampa Bay and Washington beating them? I mean, it's crazy, isn't it?
If you remember that Tampa Bay game, it was the first game of the week or of the year, and the Dallas was in that game right till the end. And we all know Tampa Bay has their moments where they just have a shit performance. And by the way, when Brady was on the Patriots, they had the same thing. There was games where you just shook your head and you couldn't figure out what happened. And I think that was one of those games. I mean, the Cowboys are very competitive in almost every game this year. They shit the bed twice, but this is a perfect spot for them.
Cheap, who do you like? You agree with Rooster, or do you like Washington?
I do agree with Rooster. My only concern is Pollard is a game time decision on Sunday, and that 1-2 punch with him and what's his name? The other running back.
Ezekiel. I agree with that. That's true.
That does. That's the only thing. And guess what, Rooster? You can lay 4 right now. Go to sports411.ag, and someone's betting Washington. They just went down to 4 minus 12 cents. Now they're back and forth. So I think the public is like all Washington happy. So hopefully it goes to 4. It's 4 minus 05 or something. So I do agree with Rooster in this game. I like Washington. Dallas is definitely the better team, and Washington is, I think, shot their load for the last few games.
Batman, who do you like here?
This is a huge revenge game for the Dallas Cowboys. If you remember last year, that one of the last games of the season, Washington went into Dallas and beat them senseless 41-16. This is my biggest bet of the week. The Dallas Cowboys -4. I also bet the money line. They are going to destroy the Washington Redskins on Sunday.
Wow, blowout. 8-Ball, who do you like?
I love the Cowboys this week. I mean, if you match them up, the Cowboys literally they're better at quarterback, they're better at skill position, better O-line, D-line, linebackers, secondary. They're just a more complete team. They have playmakers on both sides of the ball. If you look at the Redskins or Washington, they've been just scraping by against teams like Seattle and the Raiders. I think Cowboys go in there and blow them out.
Maddie from the College Kids, what's your opinion on this matchup?
Love the Cowboys. Heineke last 2 games, he's thrown a pick in each of those games, and now he's going up against the Dallas defense with Diggs, and those guys, they know how to make plays on that ball. They're really good at that's what they do, and I think Heineke might have a little trouble here. Cowboys getting healthy for the most part. Gregory, I think, came off injured reserve. They're bringing him back. Some other guys getting more healthy. Washington's the opposite. They're getting hurt. They have a lot of guys in that injury report, Landon Collins, some other guys. It's going to be a tough day for Washington. I like the Cowboys big.
All right, there you go there. All right, let's go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Game 119, 120 on your screen. Seattle coming off a big win against San Francisco. Taking on a weak team in Houston. To me, it's a big number, Dave. It's up to what, 9 at Bet Online and 4 months
Yep.
on the side of the building?
Nothing sharp. Public's on the Seahawks despite the big number. About 63% of the early actions on Seattle. 60% on the under.
All right, let's go to Rooster. Rooster, you like the favorite, the big road favorite here, or you taking the dog?
How do you not take the home dog here? I got no confidence in
You took them
Seattle.
last week, right? They got killed.
I can't help myself. How do you not? I think this game's going to get up to double digits. You could take 10 at home against a Seattle team that has no defense, and Russell Wilson knows he's got to get out of there at this point. I mean, he's frustrated. The whole team's frustrated. The defense is playing terrible. The game seems like it's passed Carroll by. They had a big win last week, but I'm taking double digits at home here. I'm sorry.
All right, let's go to Sheep. Sheep, who do you like in this matchup? I know you loved Seattle last week. Who do you like this week?
That was last week. Yeah, I'm staying away from this game. I think I agree with Rooster in the fact that I think he's out of there this year. I'd like to see the Eagles pick him up.
Oh,
yeah, it's a small total too. Total's down to 41, Rooster. I mean, that's a short total with such a big, favorite as a road. It's just short.
It is. 41's a key number. I mean, you go over 40.5 here. I think there's some value there too.
You got to 8 ball. 8 ball. Who do you like here?
I don't love the game. If I had to take someone, I'm taking the home team here. I mean, Seattle shouldn't be favored by 7 or even close to that number against any team in this league. Texans aren't a great team. Obviously, I think Davis Mills is starting this week, so
they're even worse with him, right?
Probably a game I'm going to stay away from.
Maddie from the college kids. Do you like anything here?
Yeah, I didn't bet anything. I'm not probably going to bet anything. Some QB unexpectancy. The team we have, Toronto, Taylor got hurt. Davis Mills is supposed to be starting, but then they have offensive line issues. Seattle, I have no faith in them. I mean, if I had to pick, gun in my head, I'm taking dog +9.
Batman, hard to take Houston here, man. What do you like?
Here we go again. I bet Houston first half. I think that physical game in Seattle with San Francisco, they gave their entire soul to win that game. I looked at the injury report just before the show started. I would venture to say, besides the Baltimore Ravens, that Seattle is the most injured team, at least that I've seen today on the injury report. They have guys playing in positions I've never heard of before. If the Houston Texans can't score some points and stay within this number, I mean, shame on them. I mean, honestly. So I bet Houston first half. I think I got 4.5, maybe somewhere around there. I bet it for a little bit. I think it's the right side. And I lean Houston the full game too. You have to with where this line is.
Davis Mills. I don't know about that guy. All right, let's go to the next game on the screen with Dave Mason from Bet Online. Detroit finally gets a W. Denver can't cover the number against Kansas City last week. This week, Denver's a big 10-point, home favorite. Total set at what, 42, Dave? Is there any sharp money on the total?
Broncos around 7.5. As far as total action, 52% on the over and 58% is on the Broncos.
You got a lot of teaser money in this one already, or not?
Yes, yep, that'll be popular tease as well.
Yeah, let me go to Rooster. Rooster, you like that big number with this Denver team, or are you going to take Detroit again this week?
Well, Detroit's basically coming off their Super Bowl. Now, do they want to win any more games? Because now you got Jacksonville with 2 wins. They got to win. I don't know how hard they're going to be trying at this point, although that coach is on the hot seat a little bit. But double digits here, I think it's too much. Denver's just not that good. So I doubt I'm going to have a bet on this game, so I'm not going to make it a big play. But I lean Detroit here +10.
Let me go to Batman. Batman, Denver still has the second best point differential in the division, but they're reeling, man. They got a bunch of injuries. Cover this big number?
I think Denver kills them. I do. I don't know that I'm going to bet it. I think Denver kills them. I think that Detroit had their Super Bowl, just like Sheep said last week. It's going to be cold out there. Jared Goff's going to have his hands inside of his little warmer in front right there, looking like the California kid. If I had to bet it, it'd be Denver. I think they kill them in this game, in my opinion.
Let me go to Sheep. Sheep, Batman called you Rooster. By accident, where he called it.
Maybe he's had a little bit too much of that. Dallas
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't started drinking yet. I'm sorry if I said that. My apologies.
I'm like, they don't really
I'm
look
trying
alike,
to get inside.
Listen, the only way I'm going to root in Detroit this time is after I saw how excited the quarterback's girlfriend was at her Sports Illustrated
my God, you see
swimsuit.
that?
She was like so happy they won. So, they wanted one win for the year. They got it. Now they got to work on next year. So this Denver needs this game. And Rooster said that Denver's really not that good. Well, let's turn back the clock a little bit, Mr. Pizza Boy. Remember about 2 weeks ago when Denver went into Dallas and kicked the fucking shit out of them? You remember that? You forget what happened to Dallas? Your boy Dak and them great Dallas Cowboys? So don't tell me Denver's out of this, please. Lay the 10 now and just get it over with.
But let me just chime in here because I will say this. Back in the day when Babab was in his prime, he got girls that look like that bikini model that he's talking about. The problem was they usually ended up being a guy, but that's okay.
Listen, don't get into your
He didn't mind that at all.
Your private life, Rooster. I don't want to go there. You know what my biggest problem of the day was, Rooster, and I'm going to give you a good laugh. For some reason, Netflix came to me, and they want to do this miniseries on some gambling issues from many years ago that I had. And they said, you got to get a cast of characters from the animals that work together. I said, you got the Philly Godfather, you got Seal, you got Rooster and all. And I'm like, who the fuck am I going to get that Rooster? So I said, well, listen, let me reach out to Andy Reid, because if Rooster can get Andy Reid, maybe I can get Andy Reid to play you. I'm having more fun trying to cast who's going to play you than anything else.
Aren't you doing that other special first sheet or not?
Yeah, I'm working on that. Things
Okay.
are, I'll let you know.
I guess.
I'm trying to get it done. We'll see what happens, though. But,
we'll
no promises in life. But I'm all over Denver, and I do like Dallas this week. But sometimes someone's got to remind Rooster. I think after he eats so many pieces of pizza, he gets that dementia comes in or something.
Who's next? April. April, who do you like here, man?
It's a tough game. I mean, at 8, I like Denver. If that number keeps climbing, I think I'm going to look to take Detroit in the teaser, maybe get 17 and a half. Team's 9-4 against the spread. I think they play teams very competitively. I think they'll be competitive on Sunday again.
Now you go to Matty from the college kids. Who do you like, Matt?
Yeah, Denver's laying a lot with 10, but I mean, Detroit, as Rooster said, might just have had their Super Bowl. They have 23 guys on an injury report. They're just not letting them practice. They're getting the day off. I don't know if they're ready for this week. I stood off the game. Not something I'm going to bet.
All right, let's go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Giants travel out to L.A. Big number here at 10 at Bet Online. Chargers are minus 10 against the Giants. Total set at 42.5. How do you bet this?
It's pretty even. 54% on the Giants. Total's getting bet under. 81% on the under. Nothing too sharp as of yet.
All right, let me go to Rooster. Rooster, this total I think it dropped about 3 points since the opener. And the Chargers, I think they opened at 7.5. Now they're up to 10. You like a side or a total here, Rooster?
Yeah, this game went down under the big number, which is 44. And again, I don't generally, me, I'm an under guy almost all the time. But with the way they're calling these games and all the pass interference and all the crazy stuff, they just want scoring. Another game, I lean the over. I'll go over 43 or 43 and a half here. Now, the Chargers
I see some 42.5. I see some 42.5 in the margin.
Yeah, so you know what? Probably just wait. But Chargers at 10, I think they're much better than this team. They need to win bad. The Giants don't. It's a no bet for me, but I don't know. Double digits in the NFL. I can't give it up. If anything, I like the dog.
Sheep, what do you like here?
I have no opinion in this game. I mean, I would have if someone put a gun to my head, it's definitely going to be the Chargers. I'm afraid that but the Chargers, because I do lean. I see the over also, Rooster. But the problem is I'm afraid what the Giants are going to come out with.
Yeah, you got a point.
It's a pass for me.
Let me go to 8 Ball. 8 Ball, who do you like in this matchup?
I like the Giants plus the 10. I think they stay within this number. I think the defense, is playing well. They held Miami to 17 points. They continue to show up every week. The offense has been tough for them to score points, but Saquon Barkley is a great running back. Chargers 32nd against the run in yards per rush. I think the Giants are going to run the ball, and then run the ball more. I think they stay within this number and keep it close.
All right, Matty from the College Kids, who do you like?
Yeah, 10 points is a lot of points, but I'm kind of scared of that because of the quarterback situation with the Giants. Really don't like it over there. Herbert, I like this kid a lot, but I don't want to lay the 9.5. It's just too big of a number, or 10. If I had to choose, I'm taking the Giants plus 10.
Batman, did you make a move on this one?
No, it's just too much. They have some COVID-related issues on that LAC offense. Mike Williams was positive, now supposedly negative. Keenan Allen, I think it is not going to play in this game. If I had to, it's dog or pass, but I don't have a side in this game or anything.
All right, let's go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Next game on the screen, 125, 126. It should be a good one. Buffalo in Tampa Bay. 3.5 minus 05 at Bet Online. Totals at 53, which to me seems a little short. How do they bet this one? And is there any sharp money on that side or total?
Nothing sharp as of yet. Public's on the Bucks, about 60% early action on the Buccaneers, 68% on over.
All right, let me go to 8 Ball first. 8 Ball, who do you like in this matchup? I know you've been going back and forth.
Took 3.5 on Buffalo here. It looks like it's climbing towards 3. If it gets to 2.5, it's a game I'm probably going to middle. It's going to be a close game. Both teams, really good. Bills, they struggle against the run. I think Fournette's going to have a big game here, so you can look towards his props. But I like the 3.5.
Matty from the College Kids. Tampa Bay at home this year, 5-0. They got a plus 108 point differential, probably the best in the NFL this year. Tough to beat Tom Brady at Raymond James Stadium. I mean, does Buffalo have a shot here to upset this team or at least cover the spread?
I do think they have a shot. It's not my favorite move in the game, but I do think plus 3.5 is the right side. I really like the over here. I think both of these offenses are going to come in well equipped, and they're going to be passing the ball all day. And I think they go over that total.
Batman, Buffalo's playing for their playoff lives. All of a sudden, they're 7-5. They got the Steelers, the Colts, they got the Browns. They got some teams nipping at their heels, the Raiders, and even the Broncos. This is a big game for Buffalo here. Can they stay with that number? Can they win this game out?
Yeah, the thing is a little bit different. Is the New England Patriots are really good defensively in the red zone. They're fantastic. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are horrendous in the red zone. They're going to move the football. I think they score this week. I bet Buffalo plus 3.5. I bet the Buffalo money line, and I bet the over at 52.5 in this game.
All right, let me go to Rooster. Rooster, Buffalo has one of the best pass defenses in the NFL. They're allowing $165 a game. They've only given up 8 passing touchdowns this year. Can they slow down this Tampa Bay's high-powered offense?
Well, after I take off all my Dallas gear, I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to get the jersey that you sent me last year. So it's from the supposed GOAT, because Tom Brady is going to eat this team for lunch. He knows he needs the bye week. This is a game where Tom Brady at home, where he's totally comfortable, is going to settle in and systematically tear this team apart. He's looks like he might be the MVP, although I don't agree with that after 5 turnovers in 2 games. But this is a perfect.
Time out. Doesn't Tampa Bay's pass defense worry you? I mean, they've given up some big plays. I think they've given up 48 plays of at least 20 yards.
Yeah, hold on. The main thing is Vita Vea playing.
Vita Vea is questionable, and Tampa Bay's 2 offensive linemen, their center and their right guard, may not play in this game.
They got some issues, Rooster. Are you sure you like Tampa Bay? I don't know.
I like Tampa Bay a lot. I'm telling you. Give me Tom Brady at home with a bye week on the line. He knows it's going to come down to the wire. They lost a game that already pissed Tom off. I like Tampa Bay at home. I am not sold on the Bills at all. And Give me Tampa Bay here. I'm going to be laying 3+ juice, 2.5, a little more juice. And this is what separates me from all you other guys, because next week I'll come on the show and show you how right I was.
Is this
Oh, boy.
comic relief night or something? I haven't been on
Baba, you missed a couple weeks where I had to give out the Chiefs and slap these guys around a little bit. Now you're going to get a taste. Who do you like?
Listen, Andy. I hate to say it, but I'm on this. I do like Tom Brady because I don't think he loses this game, but I think they score about 80 points.
Okay, I'm changing my side now. Hold on.
Thank you. I just I have to agree with you, and I'm not going to say I'm scared with Buffalo, especially after last Monday night. But Tampa
You guys
Bay
back?
-3, -2.5. If someone, hopefully Walters or some other organization or group comes in and bets everything on Buffalo, and we can lay a great price. I
I'm with
agree
you.
with Tampa Bay. I don't agree with you, Rooster, personally, but as soon as I get my 2 pizzas, maybe we'll talk then. But Tampa Bay -3 and over 53.
So wait. Who do you like, Steve? You like Tampa Bay or you like Buffalo?
Yeah, I do like Tampa Bay. I hate betting against Brady at home.
It's tough, man. He's tough to beat.
It's hard. The motherfucker, he don't want to lose.
But not just that, he loves to cover the spread too. It's like something's going on behind the scenes.
Listen, I'm a little concerned. He's doing all these crypto commercials. He's getting a little bit more open. He's on a new team. He's more outspoken and all. I think he knows what the number is in the game. He's my type of guy, I'll tell you.
Oh, he's a killer. He knows.
He crushed us on that Colts wager a couple weeks ago. Oh my God. Natty from the college kids. Who do you like here?
I went over. Yeah, I like the over.
I like Buffalo and over. I think this is do or die situation for Buffalo. They match up pretty good against the Tampa Bay team that's a little banged up. And like I said, Tampa Bay's pass defense, not the best. And Buffalo looked like shit against the Patriots. But, there's a lot of wind involved in that game. That's not a true indication of how good this Buffalo Bills team is, even though they're just 7-5 on the year. I like Buffalo. I like the over. All right, let's go to the next game on your screen with Dave Mason from Bet Online. What's the next game here? You got Chicago going to Lambeau Field. Big number here, 13, 12.5 at Bet Online. Total a little short at 43. Is there any sharp money on the side or total here, Dave?
Nothing sharp yet. 76% is on the under, and 51% is on the Packers.
The Packers. You got a lot of liability on Green Bay this year to win it all?
There's some, not much. It's that we don't really have too many big. Who's our biggest? The Patriots are our biggest by far, and then Cowboys after that. Everybody else is we're in the black, I believe. I haven't checked in a few days, but last time I checked, everybody else were in the black, or like really, really small red numbers.
Well, everyone's on the Patriots bandwagon all of a sudden. Let me go to Rooster. Rooster, you bet this game? You bet Aaron Rodgers to cover that? Seems like a big number to me. And seems a little high.
Yeah, I mean, it is at home. And again, this time of year, I know I sound like a broken record, but I think the Bears gave up completely. They're going to have a new coach next year. They're going for a draft pick. Does that translate into 2 touchdown loss? I'm not sure. It seems like a lot of points to me. Again, I always lean the dog in the NFL, two scores or more. Looks like it's going to get up to 2 touchdowns. Lean dog, but I doubt I'll have a bet on it unless one of my guys gives me a crazy number and I have to take it.
I got you. Sheep, you like anybody here?
I'm sorry, say that again.
You like Chicago or you like Green Bay? Big number.
I like the dog here.
Dog.
This whole bullshit, I own you and everything. Bears got a little. They have to show up for this game.
Little incentive, right?
Yeah, little incentive, and that's the only thing. I'm hoping that the public drives it up. It's 12.5. Maybe we can take some 13.5. I see 14. Yeah, I'll take the Bears plus 14 here.
Batman, Chicago got a shot at covering the spread.
I bet the Bears plus 14 for just a little bit. When I saw Akeem Hicks and a couple other guys were all of a sudden practicing, playing, all of a sudden a couple guys that I didn't think were going to play the rest of the year have been practicing. These guys are upset, man. They're going to come and they're going to fight. So if you're going to give me 14, I'm going to take a little bit of it. I know Aaron's dominance. I know the series. I know the numbers. just a little small play. The public's going to be all over Green Bay here. I'll take the 14 with the Bears for just a little price.
Yeah. Let me go to 8 Ball. Matt Nagy can't beat Green Bay. The Bears can't beat Green Bay. I mean, how do you take a team that just can't beat another team? I mean, it's so ugly with Aaron Rodgers. Who do you like?
I like the favorite here. I don't love laying the huge number, but I have to think Green Bay, is going to come and play for this game. They're looking to try to take the number 1 seed, get home field advantage. Bears team, they seem like they're dead to me. I mean, it doesn't matter which quarterback you put in there. The offensive line is not producing. Skill positions, you can't get open. I think laying 12.5 right now before that number hits 13.5, 14, I think it's the right side.
All right, Matty, college kids. Who do you like? You like the favorite or the dog?
Green Bay is a great team, and I think they're being a little undervalued going into the playoffs. They're good on both sides of the ball. Offense, defense, offensive line has been hurt all year. But too many points. Too many points. I like Chicago Bears here. Last time they versed, they lost by, I think, 10 points. But if you look at the box score, it's pretty even. 22 first downs to 21, 320 yards to 280. I like Chicago here, and I think, as Batman said, they have a lot of incentive here to win this game and cover.
Yeah, it's a big price. All right, let's go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. And we'll shoot over to the big game here. NFC West, Rams versus Arizona. Arizona, no one's talking about them. I mean, they got the best record in the NFL. They're laying only 2.5 at home. At Bet Online, I see a 1 minus a quarter. Total set at 51 against the Rams. How's the public betting this?
Cardinals, 65% of the action so far is on the Cardinals. How we already did take some sharp action on the Rams, +3. 58% is on the under.
All right, let's go to Rooster first. Rooster, is Arizona as good as the record says they are?
No, they're not. I've been saying it for weeks. I'm just waiting for this team to fall apart. I mean, I don't think they're going to fall apart. Don't get me wrong. I think they'll go in as number 1 seed, but they're not as good as their record states. And I like the Rams here a lot. Kyler Murray is just not the guy to me. He doesn't have the defensive reads. They should have lost to Minnesota. Minnesota missed a 37-yard field goal with one of the best kickers ever by 6 inches to the right, there's a loss. I mean, there's 4 games on their schedule that could have been a loss. The Rams are really good. They absolutely need this game. Arizona does not need this game. I think the effort is going to be on the Rams side. I like the Rams here a lot.
April, who do you like here?
I've been going back and forth with this game. I think I'll have a better feel for it as we get closer. As of right now, I don't know if I can trust Matt Stafford. He's dealing with chronic back issues, the reports say. I don't know if I'm going to get a healthy Matt Stafford. Kyler Murray looked good last week. The entire Arizona team did. I think Arizona, if the number's under 3 is the right side. If it's over 3, I can understand the Rams play.
Yeah, let me go to Batman. You there?
Yes, sir.
I don't think Matt Stafford's beat a team with a winning record this year, and he's pretty bad against teams with winning records overall. I saw some crazy numbers, and I was like, oh, my God. I mean, is Arizona the real deal here? And can they – I mean, they're getting disrespected here. 2.5, 1. I mean, it's a crazy number for a 10-2 team at home, ain't it?
I bet the Rams at +3. I bet the money line of the Rams, and I bet the alternate line -3.5 for the Rams too as well.
Fire.
I think this is their spot. I think that the defensive matchup earlier in the year when they got whipped was a real problem, but Arizona was a little bit healthier. I think that this is a really nice revenge spot for them to play really well. I think the Rams lay it on them, baby. I love the LA Rams. Give them to me.
Let me go to Matty from the college kids. You like anybody here?
Yeah, the line's at 2.5 right now. I'm looking for this line. If I can get 3 on the game, that'd be awesome. I mean, Matt Stafford, yeah, he's been dealing with these back issues, but the problem with those type of injuries, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Batman, but when you go to cold spots like Chicago, Lambeau, they tend to flare up more. He's going to a dome. I think this Rams, offense is going to be slinging that ball. They're going to be moving, and I think they actually covered a 3.
All right, let's go to Thursday night with Dave Mason from Bet Online. Pittsburgh coming off a big win against Baltimore, division game, playing Minnesota in Minnesota. Line went from 3.5 back and forth. Right now, it's currently 3.5 -07 at Bet Online, 45. Is there any sharp money on this game?
Nah, not really. Not here at Bet Online. As far as the public action, 55% on the Vikings, about 54% on the Steelers outright. And the total is going to be the big sweat, 69% on the over.
Wow. Are they betting Pittsburgh in teasers? A bunch of teasers?
Not really. I mean, both. Both. Believe it or not, people do cross a zero. But most teaser money's on the Steelers, definitely. But it's not a huge teaser game.
I got you. All right, let's go to Rooster first. Rooster, who do you like here? You like the dog?
I like the dog. I think the Vikings, after some heartbreaking losses, they're the exact opposite of Arizona. They could be massively in the playoff hunt at this point, and they find themselves in a situation where they're giving up on the coach. He's probably going to be gone. They don't know what to do at quarterback at this point. Their defense isn't playing as well as it should. I just think it's a good spot for the Steelers. The Steelers win that game last week. Big Ben looked like he won the Super Bowl. I never seen him so happy. They got some life. I don't know. I like the Steelers here. Not a big bet, but I'm going to take some 3.5.
It doesn't scare you. They're coming off back-to-back division games, and they couldn't even beat the Lions. I mean, this team is kind of funny, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. That does scare me a little bit, and again, Steelers coming off that big high where they should have lost that game. But I just think the Vikings have given up. I really do.
All right, let's go to Batman. Batman, who do you like here?
My mama told me to buy low. I'm buying low. I bought the Vikings -3. I don't care about Kirk Cousins' Thursday night record, which is 2-5. Ben Roethlisberger. I like the Vikings here in this spot. When I saw Dalvin Cook was putting the brace on to play this game, okay, do you know how bad his shoulder must hurt? And this dude is going to put a brace on and play this game? And y'all saw the tweet I sent out from Adam Schefter. The last game he did it, 31 touches, 135 yards.
Yeah,
I
Pittsburgh's
got the
rush
Vikings
defense
tonight -3. I also bet them first half too as well.
Pittsburgh's run defense, I think they're last in the league in opponent yards per rush attempt. So they're really pretty bad against the run. Let me go to 8-Ball. 8-Ball, who do you like here?
I like the Vikings -3. I mean, Mike Zimmer, there's rumors about him, being on the hot seat. I think there's a must-win game. And if you watch them play all year, they're competitive each and every week. They're one of the best 5-7 teams I've ever seen. They'll play juggernaut, toe-to-toe. They also do play down to their competition like we saw last week. But the Steelers team, the offensive line is atrocious in my opinion. The skill positions, they're not great. Deontay Johnson's solid. The running game, 3 yards a carry. I like Minnesota here. I think they're a much better team. I think this line should be 5.5. I'll take the home team here at 3.
Let me go to Matty from the College Kids. The Vikings are still a top 10 team in yards per play, while Pittsburgh's in the basement of the NFL in that metric. How does Pittsburgh keep up with this team? I mean, can they cover the spread?
I don't think they do. I love the Vikings here. I love Minnesota -3. As you pointed out, the yards per play metric. Look at their offensive line. I think they have a better offensive line. I think they have a better pass rush. And this year, I think their quarterback has played a lot better than Big Ben. So I really do love the Vikings this week. I mean, look at all the teams they versed and how competitive they've been against, the Bengals, the Cardinals. These two teams are really good. Dallas, one of the best teams in NFL. Baltimore, these are very, very, very good teams that they've been competitive with. I love the Vikings here -3. You're buying them cheap.
All right, there you go. All right, let's go back to Dave Mason from Bet Online. Dave Mason, tell everyone where they can find you. Down you up there
Yeah, Twitter at Dave Mason BOL. Come on over to betonline.ag. Sign up for an account. Get on over to the promos page. We have all the deposit bonuses and promo codes right there. 100% for crypto deposits, 50% for every other type of deposit method, and the fastest payouts in the industry. It's not even close. We crush the competition.
You talk about crypto. Are you seeing a lot more people using crypto these days to get down?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. It's taken over. It's great. It's just aligned with gambling so much. I mean, it goes hand in hand. So it's awesome. It's faster. It's easier. It's cheaper for the player. It's cheaper for the house. It just makes so much sense.
Quicker transaction. All right, let me go to Rooster first. Rooster, you got any bonus moves for everyone watching? Maybe an Army-Navy game, something they can sink their teeth into?
Yeah, I didn't touch the Army-Navy game. I do like Iowa State tonight, college hoops. He gave it out as a premium play. That's a freebie. But I wanted Batman's take on the Tiger Woods situation because I'm actually absolutely flabbergasted by it. And I know he gave us some excellent commentary when it happened and, broke down really what's going on with him. What do you think of him coming back this soon, Bat?
Well, I think in this event that he's playing with his son, and if you guys remember last year, that might have been the highlight of the PGA Tour season, watching his son play golf. I mean, when you see a young version of Tiger Woods playing with feel, hitting those shots, I mean, I was teared up, man. It was awesome. It was so amazing to watch. I love to watch that stuff. In this event, I believe he's able to ride in a golf cart. So he's literally going to step out, hit some shots. He's going to hit some real low, trajectory shots, some real low volumes, nothing super high, not real powerful. I think he can play like that and play a Sunday round of golf. But when you're talking about going to the British Open or Augusta and walking that terrain, I don't know if he can do it. And I think that he told you in that interview, and I watched it 5 times, he said, I don't know if I'll ever play at that level again. So I'm really rooting for him because, man, golf needs him more than ever. He's got to get, I think, a lot more better from the strength of his leg. And, it's almost a year out from this, and you can still see in that shot that he just doesn't have the power that he did to push off on that rear leg.
All right, let me go to Batman. You like anything bonus move for the guys out there?
I'm working on some stuff. There's a really big UFC card this week. I've been really busy. I've been working on this NFL tonight with the boys and stuff. So we'll have some UFC tonight. They've got a great matchup of Dustin Poirier. He's fighting for the title. A lot of people are in love with him and not giving Charles Oliveira a chance and stuff like that. I'm really been watching a lot of tape. I got to see the weigh-ins for this fight. I got to see how they match up and line up because a lot of people aren't giving Oliveira much. And Oliveira's the dog as a champ in this spot. It's really interesting. So I'll have something this weekend for it.
Cool, man. 8-Ball, you got anybody here?
Saturday night line hasn't come out yet. Sixers, Warriors. Curry's going for the 3-point record. I think he needs 6 3-pointers. So I think it's going to be an up and down pace game. The Curry brothers are playing each other. I like the over, depending on the number, but it's on my lean on right now.
Matt, for the college kids, any bonus boost for everybody?
Yeah, tonight NBA, I like the Spurs. Nuggets coming off a tough game last night. It's going to be tough for them to win this game. I like the Spurs. Took them -1.5, currently at 2.5. I still like it at 2.5.
There you go. Another week of Follow the Action. Thanks for watching. Good luck, guys. Keep cashing.
Good luck. See you guys soon.
See you guys.
Mister, look out for those tweets. They're coming to you, baby.
There you go.
See you.